You're not doing anything. So someone will come and start pressing around doing the one. I should tell the Papa, yeah, send two because man will be able to do the Papa send it, then they say, but he take what a job. Yeah. Nobody want to come pressure around. Probably don't want a lot of that. Yeah. Oh, everybody, yeah.
What's up, guys? We are back again with another video. We're still on the Gbarpolu series, so we're still in Gbarpolu and showing you, just everything we can, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything. Yeah, I mean, for all of our new subscribers, we want to thank you for joining the team. We say welcome. We're going to keep doing our best to bring you great content. So yeah, the major purpose, even though we're going to show other things on this channel, but the major purpose of this channel is to showcase Liberia. So the showcase the country in totality. So the good, the bad, the ugly, and I mean, in areas where there are good things going on, we're going to share those. In areas where there are not so good things going on, we're going to share those as well, with the goal and objective of inspiring Liberians and friends of Liberia to help in ways they can, and but most especially inspiring Liberians in the diaspora to do something back home. Whether it's your in your county of origin or just anywhere in the country that you're comfortable with doing something. Just because we're blessed, we have a beautiful country with so many things going for us, and it's just missing that spark. We need that spark to be able to lift off as a country, and I'm convicted. I'm a believer in the fact that we're closer to our glorious days than we think. And if you look all around us in Africa, other countries are way ahead of us. Countries that we were better off than before our 14-year civil conflict. So we're on. I'm not one of those that believe that we're not on path. We're not on track. I think we are. There has been immense progress, but again, it is slow progress. If you've been around Liberia, if you've been going to Liberia for the past 15 or 20 years, I mean, there's no way you can tell me that things are still the same. And it's in my opinion, a lot of the things that are happening in the country are largely fueled by the citizens. They're the ones pushing the change, and what we're lacking is full government involvement to be able to make the right policies to, for once, be for the people. Liberia is going to fly, because you already have the people, the citizens that are pushing despite all of the challenging circumstances that they find themselves in. They're still pushing. So just if we can just get no government is going to be 100%, but if we can just get even 60% effort from the government. Liberia as a country is going to take off, and we're going to do big things because we're prime in all areas. Whether it's tourism, whether it's natural resources, whether it's human resources. Again, Africa as a whole is the continent with the youngest population. So we have our fair share of that as well. I think what we have to hone in on is just to develop that human capacity resource that we have to be able to make the best of it. But yeah, I mean, in this video, we're going to be exploring with you guys. We're going first stop would be the natural rubber farm. I think I've done a video of it before, a rather short video, but this one is going to be more extensive and kind of give you guys an insight if you're looking in to invest in natural rubber. That this is a good video to watch because again, I'm not an expert, but I'll try my best to share the little knowledge I have. So yeah, I mean from the town in the previous video that we slept the night prior to this to the farm is about, I would say, 30 minutes when you're walking. There's the option to get on a motorcycle to come here, but I thought to walk. First of all, to get that experience and to get some steps in, some exercise in. So that's what we're doing. We're walking on the motorcycle. I think it's a pretty short distance, probably 10 minutes or so. But yeah, that is what we're going to be doing today. So this is a much longer video. It's going to cover multiple days. So you're going to be seeing different things in this video, different places, different areas, all compiled in this one video. But yeah, our first stop is to the natural rubber farm, and that's again as a family, agriculture is one of our main focus. So this rubber farm was started by my parents, many years ago. I think it was back in 2011 or so. Yeah, but sadly, both of them are no more. So yeah, my sisters and I are co-owners on this farm. So I mean, things, there are certain things that needs to be straightened up. The farm was shut down a couple of months prior to my dad's passing due to management crisis. Just finding people to trust and to do the work for you is hard, but yeah. So what you're seeing on your screen is the rubber. So in that form is called cup lumps. So the rubber goes through a process called coagulation. So it comes in this form, the latex, that white thing you see, and then after a period of time, it coagulates and forms that kick. And it's called cup lumps just because of the cup, and it forms a lump. So that's the. So yeah, as I was saying, we as a family we have multiple farm ventures. So this again, I'm partner on with my sisters, and then my wife and I were also involved into palm. We have a palm farm in Montserrado in the Bensonville area. So the capital city of the capital county is Monrovia is the capital of Liberia and is in Montserrado, and Bensonville is the capital of Montserrado. So that's where we have this palm farm. We've already started harvesting and producing, as you can see on your screen. And then on the other side of Gbarpolu, in the Barman district area, I did a video on that farm. We also have a huge farm there that's a lot younger than the palm farm that my wife and I are invested in. But again, there's about 300 acres of palm and other crops on that other side of the county that I'm also partnering on with my sister. So yeah, I mean we're as a family largely into agriculture. Personally, for me, it's a passion. So it's again, it's business, it's investment but for me, beyond that, there's pleasure I get from being out in nature, from growing stuff. So yeah, this is the farm. It's a huge, huge, huge farm, and as I said, due to some management crisis, my father shut the farm down a couple of months before his passing, and then the unfortunate situation happened. So yeah, I mean, one of the reason I'm making this trip was coming to get the state of affairs of things and to be able to get things back on course and get the farm running as the business that we envision it to be, to run as. So yeah, I mean it's rubber in Liberia has a history, and for a long time it was the go-to cash crop. So a lot of people that were investing in farming were looking to plant rubber, and that is solely because Firestone, one of the I think used to be one of the largest plantations in the world before is in Liberia. So an American company, Firestone. Again, if you've probably heard of Firestone in one way, shape, or form. If you're Liberian, definitely you know Firestone. If you are from the West, the U.S., you've probably used Firestone tires, and so yeah, they're one of their major plantations is in Liberia, and they've been there since rock of ages. Before I guess many of us were born. And they've been in the country, and because of the prosperity that came with that company, a lot of people again on their little lands and stuff decided to go into rubber because it used to be a lucrative venture, but then things kind of got bad. The price, of rubber dropped. It's, in my opinion, at this point recovering, but yeah, the price dropped. Then a lot of people started looking away from rubber and going to palm. So there are actually people that cut all of the rubber trees down to plant palm. Again, if you ask me, was it a smart thing to do? I guess it depends on the situation you're in and what your case. I mean, each farmer case is different. There are some farmers that can stand the test of time, or have the luxury of owning other lands that they can plant other stuff on. But if it's someone that only have that one land that they depend on, obviously, I mean, they're not going to wait, especially if they have no hope that things are going to turn around. They're not going to wait for the market to turn. So, yeah, a lot of people went into palm. Again, palm, it's the variety that a lot of folks are planting. It's a shorter term investment than rubber. Rubber is about 7 years before you can start to tap the trees. Palm with the variety that's being planted right now is a hybrid variety, and it goes for like 3 years. So the one we planted back in 2018 at the farm in Bensonville, in 3 years it was already bearing fruit. So keep in mind that at year 3 you're probably not going to get a large yield because the trees are still young. But the older they get, at year 5, year 6, then you start getting maximum yields. And the older the trees get, the more money you make, essentially. So, the more yield you get. So, yeah, that is it. Rubber, again, it is picking up. The price is recovering. It's showing signs. And this is natural rubber. So, I mean, mostly your tires, your rubber, items and that kind of stuff. It comes from that latex that you see that transform into the cup lumps, and then it's further processed, and then you can do tires. There are other things that come from the natural rubber. So, and it again, like palm rubber, they're long term investments. So you plant the trees, and it's, I mean, it's going to outlive you. Depending on your age, in most cases, it's going to outlive you. That's why I tell the workers on the farm in Bensonville that this investment that we've made here, yeah, we might be the face of it. Our name is on it, but this is going to cut across generations. So it's probably going to be way after we're gone, and others are going to benefit from it. So yeah, it's just a good investment, and I mean it's a way to create generational wealth. Probably one of the surest ways agriculture is. And there's there's this joke when people call their relatives in America, in the UK, or other countries in the West to ask for money. Most people say, "Oh, you people think money grow on tree here in America?" And that's just a common saying, right? Because a lot of folks in Liberia, in Africa, just have that mentality that everything here is given free, so we can literally walk in the street and pick up money or that kind of stuff. But what people fail to understand is that the real money grows on tree in Africa. You can plant. That's literal. Again, as literal as this is going to get. Money that you're seeing over there, those trees. I mean, you can earn serious wealth from those trees. Whether it's palm, whether it's cocoa, whether it's rubber, whether you're into vegetables, short-term crops and that kind of stuff. The surest way to create generational wealth is through agriculture, and again, I'm hoping that a lot of us can look that direction. I'm here, if anyone need to pick my brain on on the little I know, and I'm open to help. As far as using all my resources, all my using my network to help you in whatever way I can. As far as whether it's acquiring land or just having a discussion, it has to start from somewhere. And you it might appear to be something huge, but you're never going to know until you have that discussion. So I'm here. I'm open. This channel. That's one of the reasons why we open this channel, to be able to share our life stories, and help inspire, help impact in a positive way. So reach out if you want to talk further on any of the videos we post on this channel, whether it's for the natural rubber, whether it's for the palm, whether it's for pineapples that we intercrop with on the farm in Bensonville, whatever it is that you feel that you need information on that we can help with, we're open. So yeah.
Anytime, I'm fresh.
Yeah. Because when we came here, the time we came here, I paid them here. They say the child now, they say I know 24. 22. Yeah. 22 tar.
Yeah, the whole farm.
So I didn't have 2 tar bread.
Yeah, 2 towers there. So you want to see what way? That way the people here take it for the almost 2 or 3 times a day. Then the man can start having there.
22 constantly at 11 minutes. Yeah. Or if you want to do it that if you tap so then the tap so.
Yeah, that A and B.
A and B. Let's do A and B.
Yeah.
Yeah, one body entitled to 2 tar.
Yeah, let's do A and B. It can be
when you tap on the rest, you go tap on the other side.
So we pay 11 or most times.
Everybody get 2 times. Everybody get 2 times. The man is sugar in way.
Small family tapping there.
One more hotel or 2 years and go.
I want to get point.
Point.
So there one more way 2 years.
No, for now, no yet. You can't pour in a woman around to do anything. You can't even do it, say no, no woman. You can't do it.
If fashion get woman wear,
Yeah,
where the women in fashion they can take time like they don't buy.
Yeah, but fast one, no, slash, and I look in the level.
but let's do it, man. It will be very fast. Well, I'm not putting already, man. One of what? Your husband abuse it, I want to you.
Do it.
So in this video, we'll be taking you to my hometown as well. So we again had to do a lot of walking on the farm. It's a huge place to cover, so we left from there. I was tired, so I just called it a night. Slept well, and then the next morning we got on the road. So we're going from the town we slept in, Gbarpolu town, to where we're going to. Before we go to my hometown, we're going to another district to inspect an unfinished project. If you can see as we're going to it was harvest time. So the folks in rural Liberia, most of them make rice farms, and then the time of the year we went, most of them were harvesting the rice. So I don't know if you guys saw on the side of the road, but you'll see, there are rice farms along the road. So how they do their stuff, they don't make the farm. Close. It's a little bit closer to the town, but they have to go out a little bit to make their rice farm. So usually the farms would be 15, 30, 20 minutes walk away from the town. So in the morning, everyone leaves the town and go on the farm. So as a visitor, usually is not that time is not a good time to visit because they're busy with harvesting their rice. Is at that time that the birds are pestering them as well, so they have to make sure they harvest the rice, as soon and fast as possible, so they can so they don't have to deal with the birds because the birds really they destroy the rice. So yeah, so we're again the easiest way to travel. Aside from walking on foot, is motorcycles. So I was about a 2 3 hours journey to get to this town. So this town is a border town. This town borders our home district, and the other district we're going into is also a mining town. So I did. There's a video we did before where we came to the county through this side, and we had to cross this river. And I talked about, if you as we go further down, you'll see the color of the water is not normal. So that water used to be clear. The river used to be a lot smaller in that area, but there's a lot of illegal mining, gold mining, diamond mining going on in this area, and the Ghanaians, the Chinese are the ones, you know, the major beneficiaries because they are doing the mining. Um, I don't know what uh, the local authority, government officials are doing because you see, see the condition that the people are living in, and you won't believe how many tons of gold come from this place on a daily basis. How many hundreds of thousands of dollars it's has been exploited from this place, and see the living condition of the people. In most of these places, people are still drinking creek water. That's how bad it is. They're showering in the same creek. They're drinking from the same creek. So the only thing to do is, so they designate an area and say this is for showering, and then they go maybe to the upper part of that creek and say this is where we get drinking water from. So it's sad. See, if you look, there's a bridge. There's an iron bridge in the middle of the water. That should tell you how small the water used to be. So there was a bridge on that water before, but again, the mining has made the river to overrun its banks, and it kind of the bridge got damaged because again it was small. So yeah, it's just just to show you the impact that these things have. You see all these multinational company or foreigners come, and I'm not against foreigners or anything, but they my own thing is if you're taking something of substance from a place, let it show, let it reflect on the people's lives. You can't be getting rich out of the people and the basic necessities, basic services, like schools, like clinics. I mean, those things are pretty much non-existent in this area. And I think I talked about this. You might have heard me in probably another video. There is no high school in this part of the county, so the kids go to school, and I mean the furthest they can stop is ninth grade. If they don't have, their parents don't have the connection, they don't have the money to be able to send them to Monrovia, or maybe to the capital city to be able to further their education. That's where it ends for them. So you'll find that in most of these towns, a lot of the people prefer taking their kids on the farm, because I mean for them education is nothing. They haven't seen the impact of it. And even if that child goes through and complete the ninth grade, what next? So they prefer taking their kids on the farm, teaching them other things, and there's not much of a belief in education. So it's sad. And I hope, again, authorities and representatives of these people can do something about it, and make sure that the natural resources that are for the people benefit them.
Just an hour.
Finish.
No, that way, but I don't want to go. I know what that is. There's no one. Wait, I said that I would die. Go, Babu.
You say you want to talk, eh?
Yeah. I love you.
Hey, Gina. Hey, you already that man. Let go. No, anyway, maybe I want to make someone even. There's something there. Ready, that man. Let go. Leave that man. Yeah, what I better do with answer. You have to go for that one. Don't say that one. Why your girlfriend is nothing?
Yeah, one president.
You better close some more cross so they can go to about it.
Man, never come in the conversation. The boy put up on the
Yàrá jẹ́ náà yàrá ṣe de kí náà ò fẹ́ ṣe là é wà dẹ̀.
Nàdé
Wọ́n fi dà kí náà yẹ.
Which are the kino?
Akino.
No.
Ṣe jẹ́ náà ṣe dà kino dẹ̀.
The kino smaller than that kino.
Huh?
The kino they talk about the kino say na yeah. That's so much like that can make kino wale.
But then why you lying to me?
People using the kino.
I mean, I cook.
Na the kino they never malade. That's so much kino wale. That profit kino wale.
Not about the street.
I said, but then why you not using it? I say you see my own.
So we are about to enter the first major town in this district. And yeah, I mean, there's another route if you come from that side, which is a lot, further from the district and the town that we enter from. But if you use this side, you can come with car, but it's almost the same thing. So you come with the car and then you go to that river that we just crossed, and you have to cross to enter into our district. So our district is landlocked. I mean, there's no way to enter. So from both sides, there are rivers there that you have to either put bridge over or something to be able to cross with cars. So yeah, this again, Gbarpolu has 6 administrative districts, and the purpose for us coming here was to inspect a house project that my father started before his passing. And again, his vision was just to have a home in every district. Again, as modest as it could be, but just for us to be able to have somewhere to sleep everywhere in the county we go. So, yeah, those were the pictures of the house and some of the materials there. And yeah, we were there briefly, just spoke to some relatives and stuff. And again, it was almost evening hours, so we left. And this is just footage of us entering our hometown. That's again our home in our hometown. Yeah, so that's where we're spending the night. Again, it's a huge yard. Really peaceful place. Usually, and my father and I, peace be to his, may his soul rest in peace. Before he passed, we made a trip back in January of 2023, and I did record a part of that trip and shared it with you guys. That was the last trip he and I made together, you know, visiting our county before his passing. But yeah, I mean, this is just the house, this is the yard. A very huge place. With all these places, maintenance is a huge problem. But yeah, again, darkness was sown upon us. You can see the moon. that's those are just some of the things I enjoy being in the interior part. Yeah, I mean we got some palm wine, just making one someone on the trip was teasing my one of my uncles. So usually for me it's hard for me to sleep at night. So when I travel or even when I'm home, I stay up really late. So he was trying to hang with me, and he started sleeping. So yeah, the guy took the camera and started recording him to tease him the next morning. But and then the house you're seeing there is the home. He's just explaining to me that's the home my father was born in. That's the home he grew up in. So a lot of history there. So let me just stop and let you guys listen.
But they put point in hard, if I ain't did that, so I better what do this. So I don't want to do this. You can wait. Once it's better inside, we got nice. Okay, the one we've been there.
So we're on our way to our family heritage land. So from my father's side. So this is again where he was born. This is where his parents are from. So that family has a heritage. I think about close to 700 acres of land. So that's shared between again, our my father, our uncles, their children, and it comes down the line. So there's a huge heritage there. That's where they used to make their farm when they were coming up. So we're going to that farm. Again, it's another walking at least 30-45 minutes walking distance to get there. But just going back to see where it all started from for my father. The last trip I made with him together, we didn't make it this far because we had a program for the kids that was really time consuming, and we had to go other places in the county. So it was good to come just to see where it started, for him, where he grew up, and that kind of stuff. So that's the kitchen there you're seeing. So the people plant rice, and then when they harvest the rice, they store it in kitchens like the ones you're seeing. Uh, you know, and that's where they'll take rice from to eat. And we just leaving the kitchen, we came across this pangolin, pretty young, so we let it go because it was young. And then my father started, and he was trying to establish another farm here. So he started by planting rice for that farming season, and then his goal was to expand to do palm the next season. So that's the guy there that was helping run things for him took me to see the farm in the hopes that I would be able to continue that legacy and continue what he wanted to do over there. So it's a huge rice farm there. You know, the camera is probably not going to do it justice, but yeah. And so it's probably another project that we're going to embark on some day soon. With me, agriculture, anything agriculture, it's like my addiction. So yeah, I mean, we left, and it was time for us to leave the town. So on our way out, we stopped to a relative that's not well, and you know to say hi. I mean, my father was she was close to him, and he was helping her out when she got sick. Where we're sitting under, that's a house that he was building for her. And I think I show you guys, so the way that the people build up interior. He made sure she got her zing and everything. The next step was to make sure they complete the house, but again, he met his untimely passing, so that couldn't happen. He was also helping her with her treatment, and with her situation, they believe for So what I gather from speaking with the folks that are her caretakers and stuff, they believe strongly that her condition has something uh, traditional about it. They don't believe it's a medical condition because this lady used to be the chief zoe for the Sandy Society. Now the Sandy and Poor societies are our tradition. It's our cultural heritage. The Poor Society, I haven't been there, but it's they've said is a school to teach boys, turn them into men, and then it's the same thing for the Sandy Society. So she was in that area. She was the chief zoe. So I try, just yeah, I tried to see if I could, kind of push the medical side of things, but again, I couldn't impose on them. They have their way, they have their beliefs, so I couldn't. And it's hard to tell them that what you know to be true is not true. So you got to be careful in those kind of situations. But it's my hope and prayer, that she get help medically. And that for you in the medical field, you can I don't know if you've encountered something like that before. Maybe you can comment and let us know if you have experience with that and what your guess is as far as the medical condition that it is. But I have a strong feeling that whatever she's going through has a medical explanation. But again, I can't impose my thoughts when they already have a fixed opinion and a fixed view of what's going on. Yeah, just from looking at her, the time I spend there and examining the symptoms, I believe it has something to do with nerves damage. But again, I'm very far from the medical field, so I can't diagnose anything. But again, if some of you watching this are in the medical field, if you've come across something like this before, or you're kind of if you've come across patients with nerve damage, maybe you can kind of observe and see if you can draw a parallel. But yeah, I mean, it is my hope to help. A local nurse was taken there because, like I said, there's no major hospital in that area. So when the stuff started on her, my father took a local nurse practitioner there. They did. I mean, he did what he could do. They gave her some medication, but for if it's what I'm thinking, again, I don't think we even have. Even if you bring her to Monrovia, I don't think we have the capacity. She'll probably have to be taken to India or somewhere for them to be able to do advanced checkup and diagnose and even treatment. We don't. I may be wrong, but I don't think we have that capacity to treat nerves damaged locally in Liberia. So yeah, I mean it's a tough situation. It was tough seeing her in that position because I know her, from way back from when I was young. I've seen her being her normal self, so it was sad to see her in that position. So, guys, thanks for watching. Again, I didn't want to make this video long, you know, up to an hour, and we're pretty much getting there. So, yeah, I mean, it's a lot longer than the recent videos we've been posting, but just want to take this time again to thank all of you for the support, for the love that you're showing us and the channel. And, please stick and stay with us. We're going to bring you more amazing content from Liberia.